folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Chicago Bears. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. On first down, Lucas. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When you enter the game as the AFC Player of the Week award winner, you expect runs like that and then some.
It was fun to watch him in the opener last week in Week 1. He was spectacular, and hoping for more here in Week 2. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Now it's Jackson. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now a play fake here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you,
got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. As his guys are in for 6. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Ready? 60 outlaw. Watch the ship. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Check 43. Shoot.
They'll run on first down. Swift. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Five.
Mike 54. Mike 54. It's going to be a long day.
2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Wells. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Let's go now. 70, Indy. Leo. 5.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Now.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike.
Lead grip.
Back to throw. Mills. Over the middle, it's complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Go.
54's Mike.
Ready.
Operating from the gun. Mills going for the deep ball. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's complete to Hopkins. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First down, Jacksonville.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Watch the whip. Chance.
To throw is Jackson. This complete to Martin. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Now, if they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They go play action now. Jackson. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. 6-0 our score after 1. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
58, boys, 58, Mike. Your track.
Jackson now. And it's complete to Martin. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will make our score 9-0. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off right around the 43. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, and we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 9-yard line.
Let's get it.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds to Mike. They gonna need some stick.
Throwing is Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a dangerous throw towards the end zone. Boy, did it hang up there forever. Wanted to run up there and pull it down out of the sky.
Yeah, it felt like it really should have been intercepted. Lucky to have that one back.
You've got to be more careful when you're that close to the goal line.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
58 to Mike. 58. 58 to Mike. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. 58, right over there. Right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Watch the ball. Watch the ball. 58 to Mike. 58 to Mike.
Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And his kick is good. And that will bump up the lead again to 12-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Go. Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4. You're not ready.
2nd and 9 now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Mills. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. He is proving his worth defensively, getting the sack here. That comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Check 50.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Being chased out left. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
First down, Jacksonville.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Here's Jackson to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
58, Mike, 58. Let him know.
Now Jackson. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
That's a pretty darn good sack in the opener. Adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Now it's Jackson. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Now the try here for the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
On 1st and 10, Mills. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Ready? 90, Wolf.
54. I got you, Pop.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
54's Mike. Check, walk 54.
Down.
On 1st down, Mills. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Ready, ready.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Hey, my 7.
41 Mike, right here. 41 Mike. Hey, get in the weight room. Watch out.
Get it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Great zone, travel.
Off the play fake. Mills. It's caught. Jones. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? 2nd and 1. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down and 1.
I can't imagine we'd see another throw here. 3rd and goal from the 1.
Check 9.
Ready.
Back to throw. Mills to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. It's 4th and goal at the 1-yard line.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
Here we go. Here we go.
So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Check hot route. Hot. Kill.
On second down now, Swift. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Get ready.
Yes.
Check safety.
Look, squeeze.
So that'll back them up 5. Not ideal there. That delay of game backs them up 5 yards, so now they need 7 yards on third down.
Hey, 41's Mike. That's right, baby. They don't want it. 41 Mike. Right here. 41 Mike. Here we go. Mike 41. Target.
Hey, echo. Hit it.
Looking to throw. Mills. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
Check 41.
Go.
First and 10.
Throwing on first down. Mills. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
At the 36-yard line.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a first and 10 at the 36.
218, chop.
Kill. Turn up. 54 is Mike. 54.
Hey, exit.
Watch 54. Watch 54.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning.
Back to throw. Mills going down the middle, and it's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
We got 4. We got 4. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Check 52.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Off play action. Mills. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Watch tight.
Hey, Delta.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. We got 3. We got 3, fellas. We got 3. 41's coming. 41's in mind.
5.
From the gun, Mills. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
By Pinheiro is good. And that will cut the lead down to 13. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, here we go.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lucas, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Got it. 58. 58 is Mike. I'm coming.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
He's not going to get me.
Off the play fake. Mills. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Hey, team 6.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's go, D.
Ready?
Operating from the gun. Mills. He completes it to Jones. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. On 1st and 10, Mills nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
The Bears on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever.
41 Mike, right here, 41 Mike. Let's go, D, tighten up. Let's go, D, tighten up.
5. 41.
From the gun, Mills looking downfield for Jones. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here comes the Bears punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
On first down, it's Lucas. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. Backed up now from their own 4 as they come up second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Lucas. And the ball is knocked out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a one-score game.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Second and 6 at the 24-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. 4 down.
Here's Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Jaguars on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Jackson from the shotgun. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Oh, here we go. Oh, Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist. 54 is Mike.
To throw again. Mills. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, wahoo!
Right there.
Go.
Right there. 54 Mike. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4".
Now.
Operating from the gun. Mills. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Jackson now to throw again. He finds Hopkins complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
58, the Mike. Watch the crowd, watch the crowd. 58, boy, 58, Mike. Rip right. 6. Get the ball. Max box. Right. Get the ball. Let's go.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. That's going to set them back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Tight right. Even. 4 down. Even.
From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Downfield, and he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
I got you. Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Hey, defense, let's go. Mike spot four.
Back to the air on second down. Mills, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, foxtrot.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Block 54. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Right there, 54, right there.
Hey, Alpha.
Let's go.
Deep river.
From the gun, Mills. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
And this offense needs a touchdown. A field goal won't get it done in this situation. But after giving up back-to-back sacks, things are looking a little bit bleak.
Here comes the Bears punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10.
Alert 3. Check. Switch. SOS.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
He's back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
41, Mike. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Mike, 41. We got to wedge that.
Stay with your man.
41's coming. 41's a Mike. Here we go. Let's bring it.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down.
Blue draw quarters.
They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Come on,
After
set.
the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, echo.
Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Blue Dan. Mike spot 4, Mike spot 2.
Throwing again. Mills. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Let's go now.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
You better be afraid of me.
Operating from the gun. Mills. Now a desperation throw deep down. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off around the 27. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Go, run.
He finds an opening past the 40. And he cuts it back left. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Now the final act of this victory, the extra point. It's up and it's good as they tack on one more to what's going to be a very satisfying victory. So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end. And, you know, some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time. And they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for Jacksonville, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Oakland to take on the Raiders. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.